And
Are you ready?
yeah.
Okay, wait for a minute. Okay. Okay, so I already checked your homework. So now I'm going to share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so our topic for today is about water.
Okay.
Okay, water. So what comes to your mind when we see the word or when we talk about water? What do you think?
Um, Water is an important resource for human life, also for animal life.
Yes. So water is really very important too in our lives, not just us humans but also animals and plants.
Yeah.
Okay, now. Okay, so we have here a survey, and since we can't have, we can't do it by pair, so I'm just going to ask you. Okay, let's start with the first question. Okay, so how many times do you wash your face each day?
2.
Okay, so 2 times. How about how many times do you brush your teeth each day?
2.
2 also. Okay, and how many times do you flush the toilet each day?
Um, Based on the times I use it.
Okay, so it depends.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're not going to put something here. How about how many times do you take a shower each day?
Just 1.
1, okay. Okay, so now let's proceed with B. So do you let the water run when you brush your teeth?
No.
Okay, no. How about do you let the water run when you wash your face?
No.
No, very good. How about do you try to save water when you have a shower?
Mm, Never.
What? Do you try to
Uh,
save water?
no. I never think about that.
Okay, so no, you don't save water. How about do you ever forget to turn off the water faucet off?
Mm, few times.
Okay, so just sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you wash your face 2 times a day and you brush your teeth also 2 times a day and you take a shower just once a day. And you do not let the water run when you brush your teeth and you don't let the water run when you wash your face. You don't try to save water and you forgot to turn off the water faucet sometimes. Okay, now can you explain to me the result or can you make sentences describing the results using these words?
Mm, okay.
You can st-
Everybody wants to saving water, but
Everybody wants to save water. Okay.
some people don't want to. I think.
So is this all?
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody wants to save water and
Everybody wants to save water, but some part of them don't want to.
but some of them don't want to save water.
Yeah.
Okay, now how about most people?
Most people, will save water.
Most people
You try to save water, or they will use water more or less than others.
Okay, so most people try to save water.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, how about some people?
Some people, some people will not try to save water. They even waste them.
Okay. So some people will not try to save water and they even waste
A lot
water.
of water.
Okay. And how about almost nobody?
Almost nobody will try to um, committing some crimes with water. Like they
Almost
will
nobody will try to commit
crime. Like
some crime.
someone in our country have been pouring toxic chemical in the rivers, and it make a lot of people got into the hospital because it have mercury.
Okay. So almost nobody will try to commit some crime.
Yeah.
Committing. Okay, wait for a minute. What's wrong with my... Okay, so what is it again? We'll try to commit some crime with water
To pollute the water. I think
to
with the water
pour.
is not the right.
Okay, so almost nobody will try to commit some crime to
With the
pour
chemicals. To pour.
chemicals.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you think there are really people who are putting or pouring harmful chemicals in the water?
Yeah, I think there are some.
Okay, there are some.
The big companies did too. Like some companies that they cannot afford to having their own place to dump the trash, they will just
Yes.
put right into the
Okay.
rivers.
Okay, so there are some companies and factories who are pouring some chemicals in the water. And they are even, some hospitals are throwing their, harmful chemicals or harmful medicines to the water, right? And
No
it's not
way.
really safe.
Even
And it can
hospitals do
also
that.
damage the ocean, right?
Well, maybe true.
Yes. Okay, how about nobody?
Uh, nobody wants to kill someone with polluted water. I think, or nobody wants to um, get the water being polluted and the children will not able to live. Hello?
So nobody wants to get the water polluted.
Yeah,
Okay, because
because
if the water,
they don't want the children to drinking dirty and polluted water.
okay, because they don't want children to drink dirty and polluted water because it can really damage our health. Okay, now. Okay, now. Let's talk about water shortage. You know what is shortage, right?
No, no.
Okay, shortage means a state or situation in which something is not enough or it's not sufficient. Meaning there is just a small, maybe there's a small supply of water. That's why we have water shortage. So the water cannot supply the cannot supply everyone, or you know there is a big need for water. Maybe there's just a little water supply. Okay.
Maybe. Okay.
Okay.
Can I
So
read?
now, what?
Can I read yet? Because
Can
I
you say it
want.
again?
Yeah, I can see.
Okay. Okay, now can you read the first paragraph?
It's easy to think that water shortage is a third world problem. However, the World Wildlife Fund has warned that even developed countries face water shortage due to climate change and bad water management. Economic growth do not mean an endless supply of water anymore, and even cities such as Houston and Sydney have to cut back. As for the UK, and the WWF report says that London loses 300 Olympic swimming pools of water every day because of old leaking water pipe.
Okay, do you know what are leaking? Do
Yeah,
you know
I
the word
know.
leaking?
I know.
Okay. So what do you think is the reason why we have water shortage, especially these places, the Houston and Sydney? What do you think is the reason why are they having water shortage?
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe
No.
because the quality of the pipes, or just because is it the water is not enough to um, provide for entire country, I think.
Okay, so the reason why they are having water shortage, or not just these places, but there are many places in the world who are experiencing water shortage, is because maybe more and more people are using water, right? More
Yeah.
factories, there are more factories, more companies, more facilities which needs water. And there is also a huge, a large number of population. That's
Maybe the
why,
population make the water
yes,
shortage so bad.
yes, the large number of population, because many people will use water, or many people need water. And also another factor is there are also, factories, big factories. There are a lot of new factories in the world, and they really need water, or they really need water in order to make products, their products, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now how about the second paragraph?
Okay. Believe it or not, the water we use is now same water that was a million of years ago. However, we are using it in ever increasing rate, and rivers and lakes are drying up as water table continue to drop. Not only have eight, 825 lakes disappear from China, thousand lakes province Hubei. But glaciers are getting smaller in Europe and Greenland because of global warming. Australia had its worst drought in 1,000 years in 2006. It has even been suggested that walls will be falls for water in the future.
Okay, do you know what are glaciers?
Ice rivers.
Okay. Ice or a slowly moving mass of river of ice. Okay. How about drought? Do you know what are drought?
No.
Okay, so droughts are prolonged period of abnormally low rainfall. So meaning maybe you can experience rain, but just really, really sometimes. So mostly mostly it will be sunny. So
Oh
prolonged
my.
period of abnormal leading to shortage of water. So the weather will be really very hot, and there is abnormality in rainfall, or there is just maybe in a week or 2 weeks it will just rain for only one time.
Okay.
Okay, so that's what we call drought. Okay, so water we use now is the same water that was on earth million years. So believe it or not, the water we use now is the same water that was on earth millions of years ago. So however, we are using it in an ever increasing rate. Okay, so we are using the same water right now on earth. But what's the changes? Can you see it?
Even
We are using it in
an ever
a
increased
very
rate.
increasing rate. Okay. And rivers and lakes are drying up as the water table continues to drop. So yes, so that's why maybe there's a water shortage, because our need for water increases every day, right?
Okay.
Every day we need more and more water, because as we have discussed earlier, because of the population growth. So more and more people, as when there is a population growth, there is really a high need for water, right?
Yes.
Because we can't really survive without water. That's why everyone really needs to use water. Not just as people, but also animals and plants, especially if there's a drought, right? We really need to water the plants. We really need to, there are a lot of, we need to use water in a lot of things.
Yeah.
Okay. How about global warming? Do you know what is global warming?
Yeah, in a
Okay.
country that does apply a lot.
Okay, so in your country, this happens a lot?
Like not really, but they warning a lot about global warming.
Okay, yes. They warned a lot about global warming. Okay. What do you think are the main reasons of global warming, or what are the reasons or the causes why there is a possibility that a global warming will occur?
Because factories are growing big, they won't stop making the earth warmer, and the glaciers or the ice will melt really fast, and then every cities will getting flooded because the water is too much until no one can survive because the entire world is ice or water.
Okay. And also there is really a high level of pollution, right?
Yeah.
In water pollutions, air pollutions, because of, what do you think, what's the main reason for why there is an air pollution?
Air pollution happens because because we are doing many activities that contains toxic chemicals.
Like
Or
burning plastics, right?
yeah, burning plastic is kind of annoying because I
Yes,
already feel it.
and the smell also is very bad, right? When
It's
you
not
burn
stable.
plastic, the smell is very bad. It cannot just damage our, our atmosphere, it can also damage our body.
Not true.
Okay, and also, have you noticed the smoke coming from the vehicles?
Yeah, they also make
Yes,
toxic
and they can.
chemicals.
Yes, there are toxic chemicals, and it can also cause global warming. How about
Yeah,
do you heard about greenhouse effect?
well, I heard about it.
Okay, now let's continue. Okay, how about the last paragraph?
7% of the world's surface is covered by water, but we can only use about 0.3% of this um, uh, from groundwater rivers and freshwater lakes. The WWF is theories asking for global cooperation. Wealthy countries must act to maintain water supplies by replacing aging water systems and fighting water pollution.
Okay. So wealthy countries must act first to maintain water supplies by replacing aging water systems and fighting water pollutions. Okay, so for you, I'm going to ask you, for you, what do you think people nowadays should really do in order to, in order to have or in order for us not to experience water shortage?
Uh, Maybe because water system of them or like a forget rates or they cannot find a new water source because they already find all.
Okay. So there is also a possibility that the reason why we are having water shortage is because the water sources are already, polluted, right? There are a lots of water sources which are, which are really good for really good source of water. But right now, maybe they are polluted because maybe some people are throwing garbages and, for example, lakes
Yeah, I know a lot.
lakes and rivers. Okay, so there are lots of water sources which are maybe we can find some source water sources we can find it in lakes and rivers, but right now it is really very dirty,
Well,
right?
dirty as you cannot take any water of them.
Oh yes, because they're already really dirty. But you know what before maybe as what this one
Mm,
the water we use now is the same water that was on earth million of years ago. Yes, we are using the same water, but millions
Well,
of years ago, maybe the waters or the lakes or rivers, the water sources are still clean, right?
yeah,
Yes, because maybe people from over a million years ago are not, maybe they are not throwing garbages in the water. And maybe there is also the population maybe is not like now or not the same as now, which are very, there are a lot of people on earth,
okay.
right? So what do you think we should do in
Like
order to
water
avoid
less,
water shortage?
using water less, calling people to um, donating water to the place that not having too much water, like they cannot even have a drink.
Okay.
Like
And
or and just calling out people for stop waste water.
mhm. So people should really try to save water, right?
We can do more if we have like some a high place in the government.
Okay. Okay, what do you think about using rainwater? Do you use rainwater?
So that maybe contain a lot of bacteria, and that
Okay.
can cause you to go to hospital.
Okay, so maybe it contains a lot of bacteria. But how about just you can use it for, washing, doing the laundry, right?
Yeah,
There are
I
some
know.
people who are using rainwater in doing the laundry or some things. Okay, how
Maybe.
about you? Do you don't usually use rainwater?
Well, not really.
Okay, not really. Because there are some places where people are using rainwater, especially if they don't have really enough water supply. And that's why they will just use rainwater. But it's not really good for our health because there are, you know what, there are so-called acid rains. Or there are times when the rain must be very acidic. There will be acids in the rain, but not every time.
Okay.
Okay, but there are really acid rains and it can really damage our body.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that's all for this morning because we don't have much time left. So, do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, so I guess that's all for this morning. I have to go now and see you next time. Bye bye. Have a great day.
Bye.